Well, hello and welcome back to my channel where I make healthy lifestyle videos that include new recipes, some fashion content, some beauty content, a look into my crazy life, and I am documenting my weight loss journey on compounded tirzepatide. So today I have two things for you. First, I'm going to show you a little recipe that I saw on Facebook. Now, I'm just going from memory, but what I'm gonna do is make some pizza roll-ups. And what I'm gonna use is one of these extreme wellness tortillas that has 60 calories, 4 grams of protein, 12 grams of fiber, and it's 1 Weight Watcher point, and a string cheese, which has 50 calories, I got it from here, 50 calories and 6 grams of protein and 1 Weight Watcher point. But I believe if you use 2, that bumps it up to 3 Weight Watcher points. And some turkey pepperoni. So I'm not sure how many slices I'm gonna use. I will calculate that and give you the total calories and Weight Watcher points. So basically, oh, and I forgot, I'm also going to use about a tablespoon of this Hunt's tomato basil pasta sauce. And 1/2 cup of this is 40 calories and 1 gram of protein, and I believe 1 point. So I think a tablespoon will be 0 points. So basically what I'm going to do is put the tablespoon of pasta sauce on the tortilla, and then I'm going to cut the string cheese in half and kind of layer it. And then I'm going to add the pepperoni, and then I'm going to just roll it up and spray it with some olive oil spray and put it in the air fryer for 6 minutes at 370. And we'll see how that turns out. I'm gonna turn the camera down so you can see me make that. And then after that, I'm going to update you on my journey on compounded tirzepatide. Now, I just finished week 9, and I will tell you how much I've lost, what milligram dosage I'm on, how I'm titrating up to 7.5, and the latest from Orderly Meds. All right, I'm gonna turn my camera down so I can make my pizza roll-up.
You're a rebel, getting into trouble. You are kinda like a fire, like a fire, like a fire. Unpredictable, so original. You are never backing down, backing down, backing down. That's what I like about you. So dangerous, I get this rush when I'm with you. I go all in to lose or win. Build things up to knock 'em down. It's the way we keep our high, moving like a hurricane. There will come a time for when we can wash away your sins, settle down, but until then, we're like a hurricane. You're so different, kind of ignorant. You don't care what
Well, okay, I have my pizza roll-ups out of the air fryer. They are still pretty hot. I do want to taste test it on camera for you guys, but I'm gonna wait for them to cool down. Now, one thing I noticed is it's a little wet on the bottom. I think I used a little bit too much sauce. So next time, I used about 2 tablespoons. Next time I am gonna stick with the 1 tablespoon. But let me let that cool down. And so you saw that I used this can of Hunt's pasta sauce. And it's one of my favorites because it's low in calories and it's low in Weight Watcher points. But the problem is it doesn't come in a jar, so it's hard to store. And the last time I used it, I put it in a container and it got moldy within like 2 weeks, which is really fast. So what I decided to do was freeze it in my ice cube tray. And a lot of times I'm only making food for myself. So I'll store those when they freeze in a freezer bag. And then when I want to make something like this, I'll just pop one out, put it in a microwave safe bowl. And then I'll have pasta sauce that's always fresh. All right, so let me try one of my pizza roll-ups. And I have a little bit of sauce on the side for dipping. Wow, that is really, really good. I probably could have put it in the air fryer for maybe another minute longer. So note to self, not so much sauce, and air fry it for 7 minutes at 370. All right, I am going to have this, and then I'm also going to have a little container of cottage cheese. I like the little Breakstone ones. They have 100 calories and 12 grams of protein. All right, well, let me finish my lunch and then I will catch you up on where my weight loss journey is presently. All right, well, it's time for my weight loss update. Now, while I'm talking, I'm going to have my electrolytes for the day. I am trying the Drip Drop Mango. So, I'm having some trouble being able to drink electrolytes. I've tried a couple different brands and this one isn't too bad. So let me do this. All right. All right. All right, so let me catch you guys up if you are new. So I started my compounded Tirzepatide journey on August 15th. And today, I believe, is the 18th of October. So it's been about 2 months. I actually just completed my 9th week yesterday, and I took my 10th shot. So I am approaching week number 10. Now, I started out on the 2.5 milligram dose, and I never really had any side effects at that dose. I did get some appetite suppressant, but if you do watch my channel, you know that my compounded Tirzepatide journey started on the same day that I got a bad mammogram. Now, if you watch my channel, you know I am a breast cancer survivor. I had it 2 years ago. They caught it in early stages, so I had a lumpectomy and radiation. And thankfully, I didn't have to have chemo. But I'm closely monitored. I go to the Cleveland Clinic, and I usually get a mammogram every August and an MRI in February. So this past August, I had my annual mammogram on, I believe it was August 14th, and they found something. Now, when I had it 2 years ago, they caught it on a routine mammogram. So get your mammograms. I can't stress that enough. But what they found they called them calcifications, and it was in my left breast. And they turned out to be cancerous. Now, this past August, they found more calcifications in the same area. So I was convinced that I had breast cancer back. And my daughter was getting married September 14th. I started this Tirzepatide journey. I got my box from my telehealth company on that same day that I had that mammogram and they found something. And I took my first shot the next day. Now, when I think about that month between August 14th and September 13th, when I found out that my biopsy was benign, that month is almost a blur. I felt paralyzed. Like I couldn't do anything. I quit working out. I had started to walk and to do videos. I was worried about, being able to be there for my daughter for her wedding weekend and not fall apart. And I pretty much, in my mind, this whole fall was going to be me having a double mastectomy. Now, normally I wouldn't, get so bent out of shape, but the doctor who reviewed my diagnostic mammogram, I had an experience with her 2 years prior, and she was the only person in the entire Cleveland clinic that I dealt with who was unkind. And she's very, very blunt. And she just said to me, well, it looks the same and it's in the same spot, so you have to have a biopsy. So I had my biopsy the Tuesday before my daughter's wedding. And I got the call on Friday the 13th, the day before my daughter's wedding. And it was the day of her rehearsal dinner. And it was benign, thank God. So anyway, that month, I was all over the place. I wasn't really focusing on my diet or exercise. I did end up losing like 7 or 8 pounds in that first month, and I'm sure a lot of it was water weight. I wasn't really sure if I was getting appetite suppressant from the Tirzepatide or from my huge amount of stress that I was under at the time. Now, fast forward past September 13th when I find out I'm good. I'm at least good for another year. Breathed a huge sigh of relief. I had my daughter's wedding, and if you go back some videos, I was still kind of documenting my journey. Again, I felt like my mind was a little bit all over the place during that first month, but I titrated up to 5 milligrams on my birthday, actually. My birthday is September 6th. My shot where I titrated up to 5 milligrams was September 5th. And if you watch that video, I will link that. But that was probably a mistake to take that the day before my birthday, because my boyfriend Mike and my daughter and I went to Ohio wine country. And so I didn't eat a whole lot, and I really didn't even drink that much, but I was trying the different wines and that sort of thing. And boy, did I feel nauseous the next day. So I have learned the hard way since I've been on 5 milligrams that I have to really be careful not to eat a lot of greasy foods or drink alcohol. Even a little bit can upset my stomach. But after the first 5 milligram shot, the second one was fine. I didn't have any more side effects, and I was able to focus again on my health journey. I started walking again. I started doing some exercise videos on YouTube, and I can now focus on getting healthier. Now, what were my beginning stats? I will link my why I chose Zepbound / Tirzepatide video up here, and it really goes into a lot more detail. But I went to my doctor in July, and I weighed in at 181. And I got a prescription for Zepbound. And we spent a couple weeks trying to get prior authorization for me. And my insurance company just wouldn't cover it, even though my BMI was over 31 and I was pre-diabetic. My A1C was just on the threshold, but it was considered pre-diabetic at 5.7. And I have not had that tested since. I go to the doctors in another month and I will definitely let you guys know. But like I said, I had weighed in back in July at 181. I did not weigh myself the day I started. I should have, but I don't really think I had really gained or lost a whole lot of weight. So I consider my starting weight 181. And I think it was like 181.7. So this morning I weighed in, and I weighed in at 169.2. Woo! I love it when I hit a new decade, as I like to call it. It's been slow, so I've lost, like 12 and a half pounds, 12.5 pounds over the course of 9 weeks. I did do some monkeying around with my dosing. And what I did, after having that experience on my birthday, I knew I didn't want to take my shot the Thursday before my daughter's wedding because I wanted to be able to eat and drink a little bit. So I waited on that shot and I didn't take it until the Sunday after her wedding. And I did start to get the food noise back and had more appetite. I didn't weigh myself to see if I gained any weight during that weekend, but I probably did. I did set myself back a little bit. Then Mike and I had a vacation planned to Las Vegas. We went October 5th through the 10th. And again, I did decide to go ahead and take my shot prior to going on vacation. We left on a Saturday. I took my shot I got back onto Thursdays. And I took a lower dose. I took 4 milligrams. And I definitely felt a little bit of food noise coming back. I was already starting to get a little bit less appetite suppressant with the 5 milligram dose. And so we went on vacation. We got back on a Thursday and I took my shot that day that I got back. Now, I had received a vial from Orderly Meds, and I will link the video where I unbox that up here. But I had my vial from Orderly Meds, and like I said, I had only taken 4 milligrams out of that vial. That was my first dose from Red Rock Pharmacy, and that was before I left for Vegas. When I got back, I went ahead and took 6 milligrams because, of course, I had one left over. Now, the vials from Red Rock usually have a little bit extra. So this past Thursday, yesterday, I took 6.5. So I have one more dose out of that vial, and it looks like it's going to be another 6.5-ish. I'll know more when I draw it out next Thursday. But then I received my next order from Orderly Meds, and I received 2 vials, and I asked to be titrated up to 7.5. So my new vials that I will start in roughly 2 weeks will be the 7.5 dose. And I have chosen to kind of titrate up slowly because when I jumped from 2.5 to 5, I really felt the side effects. So I'm hoping that the transition will ease me into the 7.5 milligram dose. Let me tell you some of the side effects that I've had. I definitely notice if I drink alcohol, I will feel nauseous the next day. I have had a little bit of difficulty sleeping, and I've had more food aversions. My nausea really hasn't been that bad, and I'll just drink some electrolytes, and usually it'll go away. But my aversions are more like I'll look at something or I'll get a plate of something and I'll start to eat, and then I realize I cannot finish my plate. It's such a weird concept, but it is working. And I think I'm still on track. You're supposed to lose 1 to 2 pounds a week. And I'm right in that ballpark. So I want to leave you with some Orderly Meds updates. If you've been following this Tirzepatide crisis, you know that on September 30th, the FDA took Tirzepatide off of the shortage list, which had the effect of stopping the compounding pharmacies from making exact replicas of Tirzepatide. Well, that was short-lived because an organization representing the compounding pharmacies sued the FDA in Texas, asked for a temporary restraining order, and basically alleged that the FDA didn't follow their due diligence when they evaluated the situation and took Tirzepatide off the shortage list. So the FDA then voluntarily decided to reconsider its decision, and it has until November 21st to get back and report back whether or not there is a shortage. So in the meantime, the FDA will not be taking any enforcement actions against the compounding pharmacies, and they can continue to produce Tirzepatide as a replica of the Zepbound and Mounjaro brands, meaning the compounding pharmacies right now can fill straight Tirzepatide orders without any additives like B12 or B6 or glycine. Now, Orderly Meds, my telehealth company, has been great with updating me. They've sent emails, I've read them to you in some of my past videos, and they have plans in action. Right now, they are offering multiple vials. I did take the option to get the 2 vials right when the whole FDA taking Tirzepatide off the shortage thing happened. And so I'm not eligible to reorder until December 1st, unless that changes. But in the meantime, Orderly Meds is taking new customers, and they are opening up the option to purchase multiple vials. And they have a deal going for new customers. And I just wanted to make you guys aware of that. The deal is actually for semaglutide or Tirzepatide. They call it semaglutide starter. I have my iPad. For the semaglutide, it's buy 2, get 1 free, and you get 3 months worth for $498. And that's for 12 injections. The Tirzepatide starter is also a buy 2, get 1 free, and that is $798 for 3 months. And it is 4 doses each of, so I think you're gonna get 1 vial of 2.5, 1 vial of 5 milligram, and 1 vial of 7.5. So in their clinical trials, Eli Lilly had the subjects titrate up after 1 month each. So with that deal, that is what you would do. So it's good for people who are just starting out. So those are pretty good deals. I know from one of their emails that Orderly Meds is also developing vials with a much later bud date, beyond use date. And I think they're gonna aim for having vials that won't expire for at least 6 months. And I'm hoping by the time I can order again that I can get multiple vials and that I can get ones with bud dates longer than 6 months. And who knows what's gonna happen in the long term. Eventually, Tirzepatide probably will be permanently taken off the shortage list. It's actually not back on now. The FDA has just announced that they will not enforce any actions against compounding pharmacies. So in a sense, they are business as usual until at least November 21st when we find out. Well, I still have my fingers crossed that they will put Tirzepatide back on the shortage list and it'll buy us a few more months. So we will see, and I will keep you updated. Now, if you are interested in ordering from Orderly Meds, in my description box, I do have a referral link. Everyone who signs up with Orderly Meds gets a referral link. I am not affiliated with them in any way, shape, or form. But if you click on that and you end up buying the product, then you'll get $50 off, and it will help me as well. If you like this video, please like it below and subscribe to my channel. And tick that notification bell so you are alerted every time I upload a new video. All right, goodbye for now, and I will see you next time.